Hi everyone, Fleur here to share the rest of my December daily. I got finished today. I left off with day 14, which was the day we went and got our tree and decorated it, and on to day 15. So on day 15, there really wasn't a lot going on. It was a school day, so basically it's just Nick. We did Nick in the sled with Santa, and there's a whole bunch of reindeer pulling him. And my cat has the best sleeping positions. She's so funny the way she sleeps sometimes, so I got a picture of her in a weird sleeping position. And I just used the October afternoon card there, and some crepe paper for the background, and the sled is also crepe paper. And then for day 16 we had the tree fall over. It wasn't the cat's fault, she wasn't anywhere near it, it just fell over. And I tried and I couldn't lift it on my own, so I had to call my husband at work and have him to come and try and lift it back up. It's a really heavy tree. As I said before, we got a massive tree this year, so it was really heavy. I couldn't lift it back up. So day 16 was the big day of the tree falling over. And also Nick left some marshmallow snowmen for Lyndon. Do you want to build a snowman? And Buttons. She's very curious about Nick. She always seems to try and play with him, so we had to be careful since he was somewhere that she could get him, that she didn't play with him too much. The next day, which is the 17th, was Lyndon's Christmas concert at school. Always one of my most favorite days. I love listening to the kids singing Christmas carols, and you know, they weren't like when they were in kindergarten all cute and all that, but they actually sang really nice. I was very impressed. And we also got letters back from Santa this year. So moving on to day 18. Day 18 we made some treats for the class since the last day of school was coming up. We made these really cute silhouette snowmen and reindeer. Little pockets, they were so cute, they turned out really cute. Nick decided to take a ride on the ceiling fan that day. I actually used one of the Simple Stories little pocket flip things so that I could show a picture of him when it was still and one of him when it was flying around. And then on the 19th was the last day of school, so we caught Nick wrapping up some presents, and I brought the kids a treat from Purdy's, a white chocolate snowman for Lyndon, it's his favorite, and Reese prefers the dark chocolate, so I got a dark chocolate Santa for him. And Nick brought an Etch-a-Sketch for Lyndon to play with that day, so that was a lot of fun trying to figure that out. I remember it being easier when I was a kid. And then on the 20th we did our gingerbread houses. This is an old Jolie sticker from probably like maybe 7 years ago, and I kept meaning to use it every year and I never did, but this year I managed to use it. And also Nick decided the next day that he would eat our gingerbread house. This pocket is from the Notes and Things crepe paper. I just love the little love tag and the little sequins in it, so I used it for this gingerbread house. On the 21st, I had bought this little hat for my cat from the dollar store and thought we'd try and put it on her. She was not impressed at all, so I put ho ho no. Yeah, she was not impressed. And Nick took a whole bunch of selfies around the house on Lyndon's phone that day. And so moving on to the 21st, we had the real Santa visit us. I met this Santa quite a few years ago, and every year he shows up at our house with treats for the boys, and it's one of my most favorite days of every Christmas. It really means a lot to me that after so many years he still comes and does it for my kids. Like, it's amazing. He's amazing. He does it for a lot of people. He's and he pays for all of it, and it's just amazing. So it's always one of my most favorite days to meet the real Santa. And Lyndon was trying to play a new game, and Buttons kept sitting on all his cards. As you can see, he doesn't look impressed, but it was quite funny. She wanted to get in on the action and play as well. I used the North Pole card, I think was Jilly Bean, and this Santa sticker was from the October afternoon. The rest of the paper is from the crepe paper. And then on the 22nd, I decided to take some pictures of a few of my favorite things. So one of the things we do every year is play the We Wish You a Merry Christmas game on the Wii. And it's got this game in it that we try and break our record every year. And we did it again this year. My favorite t-shirt, which has, it's from Old Navy. It has green sequin Christmas tree on it. And my favorite Christmas movie, Die Hard. And Nick decided he was going to be Doctor Who, and he went in the police box to try and travel somewhere fun that day. So then on the 24th, which is Christmas Eve, we always make our cookies for Santa. So here's us in the kitchen. We have a pretty small kitchen, so it's hard for all four of us to get in there and do it, but we managed to get it done, and there's the finished cookies. And we also, every December 24th, we go to Starbucks and get our hot chocolate, and then we drive around and look at the lights. And one of my favorite lights every year is the guy who just makes it look, I mean, I think it takes more time for him to make it look like he just threw them on there than it actually probably does. So I love his house. It always makes us laugh, and the boys love it. So we drove around, we look at the lights every December 24th. So I just made a little sequin pocket. I used this little light bulb, which was from Heidi Swap, and just some wooden veneer and wood buttons from crepe paper. And then for Christmas, I used the 2x2 pockets for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day because I knew there'd be lots of photos. So for Christmas, it was just us, and my mom came over and we Skyped my brother to wish him a Merry Christmas. And my cat loved her little stocking. Of course, it's got catnip in there, so she carried that big stocking around in her mouth for half the day until we opened it for her. It was quite funny. Just made a little sequin pocket, and that's the crepe paper buttons. That's from Heidi Swap, September Skies, I think it was called, and then just an old Studio Calico wooden house. And for Christmas, my son got a computer. The elves were awesome, and they built him this amazing computer that has his name, Lyndon's computer, with a Minecraft figure on the front, and on the side, you can't really see in this picture, but he's got an Nyan cat on the side, and it's all blue on the inside. It's a very cool computer. So he was extremely happy with that. And my husband always does the turkey every year. He's such a better cook than I am. So he does the turkey every year, and it turned out awesome as usual. And then I decided, since I do Project Life, that I would continue to December 31st in the same book. So I wouldn't have to do a separate Project Life page in another book for the last week. So here, our annual drive-in. Every year we do a drive-in and we watch movies, and he brings his mattress down and sleeps on the floor in our bedroom. Our cat sleeping away like usual in her usual spot. We finally got to play Disney Infinity on the 28th, I think it was. The PSN network had been down since Christmas Day, so the boys didn't get to play any of their new games or anything, which was kind of a disappointment, but we finally got to play the Disney Infinity game on the 28th. On the 29th was my work's Christmas party, and they asked if Lyndon and Mike would sing, so they sang Ho Hey. I was just snuggling under my new blanket from my mom on the 30th, and then on the 31st we just stayed home and had a really quiet New Year's celebration, just us. My oldest son had some friends over, they were downstairs playing video games, so we just celebrated bringing in the new year. Nice and quiet. Not exciting at all, but that's okay. And not every year can be extremely exciting. So anyway, there's my December daily done. I have this pocket at the back, which I have used to put, I haven't gotten everything in here yet, but I'm going to put those Santa letters in here. I've got that's our Christmas photo that we did this year. And I'll be putting a few more things in there. Like I said, the letters from Santa and everything. I always keep all the little memorabilia in the little pocket in the back. So that came with this, and that just fell apart. That came with this album, the Simple Stories album. So there we go, December daily done. I'm very happy that I got it finished relatively right after New Year's, so that's great. Well, thanks for joining me again, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.